All right, y'all. One more topic before we open up these phones, because I know we got some people in the comments saying open the phones, and we're gonna open them up. I know they are ready. Last one. This might be my favorite one because Corey is here, of course. Not to knock nobody else, of course. Y'all know what y'all talking about. But it has been a lot of conversation about the too high safety defensive look and how it's impacting the explosive plays on the offensive side of the ball. Mel Kiper. I can't even say this daggone name. Mel Kiper. There we go. Mel Kiper. Kiper. Is it Kiper?
Yes.
Yeah, Mel Kiper Jr.
Man, whatever. Mel, the older one, the oldest one. No, we got a sound bite of him talking about him potentially want to outlaw the too high safety.
I actually got two, Brittany. So after I play males, it's going to be nightcap with Ocho and Shannon right after that.
Right. I think they talking
should be
about
outlawed.
males.
Too high safeties. You don't like that? Yeah.
When you go to games, I've been there a ton of Raven games.
Yeah.
And it was years ago when this all started. And I'm sitting there and Lauren was with me. I said, what are these guys doing? They're like 30 yards
out in the back.
Yeah. I go, where are they? They're out in outer space somewhere. How you gonna throw a ball down the field?
Yeah,
so
you can't.
Again, I would say we say where you have to line up. I would put a rule in place that brings those safeties up closer to the line of scrimmage. I would outlaw that because that is ruining the game. The things we saw back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, we're not going to see now. The routes that we were working on then, you can't run because you got that going on. That should be outlawed.
Mel Kiper had a hell of a take this morning on how to insert more downfield passing back into professional game. The NFL is being ruined by these too high safeties. Too high safeties should be outlawed.
What is Mel talking about, man? This is what happened when somebody has been in the position that they never played the game, but has studied the game and knows a lot about the players coming out of college and knows the ins and the outs and all the little nuances, and then he talks good during the draft. Now you're saying something needs to be outlawed. For what? For what? How about you realize that the goddamn offensive line play is fucking horrible this season? That's why the goddamn pass is horrible. Look at the left tackles. Look at the right tackles in today's game. Look at it. Pay attention. You'll see why the goddamn numbers are down. It has nothing to do with goddamn cover two man, none of that shit, or two safety looks. Like, goddamn, Mel, shit.
I mean, so in other words, he want the touchdown rate to keep going up. I mean, he ain't gonna be satisfied till you got 5 quarterbacks throwing for 50 touchdowns in the season. Guess what? When Dan Marino threw for 48 touchdowns, they played cover 2. When Peyton Manning threw for 55, they played cover 2. When Tom threw for 50, they played cover 2. When Patrick Mahomes threw for 50, they played cover 2. Marino threw for 48 and 5,000 yards back in the 80s, they played cover 2.
It's just ridiculous. And matter of fact, how about this? If you're gonna take out the too high safety, right? You got corners having to play man-to-man with some of these elite receivers not having no goddamn help. They need to motherfucking raise the goddamn pay for the DBs in. Let the DBs make sure the DBs making $30 million a year if they got to cover these fools, Tyreek and Xavier Worthy and Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed and all these fast dudes one-on-one help.
Ocho, I'm gonna make it even. I'm gonna make it easy for him. If no more cover 2, you can't have a wide receiver on the field that runs 4.3 or faster.
Hey, as a
hey, so fair is fair. Because I don't know if everybody knows what, I guess, the too high safeties, the responsibilities. You guys might be explaining a little bit better than me, but my understanding real quick is you got 2 safeties, and they basically you split the field into 2, and that's their responsibility. So that's basically what it is.
That's it.
But
don't let nobody behind you.
Don't let nobody
behind you. And that's what helps to prevent the explosive plays. But are you guys more in line with Mel, the oldest Mel Kiper, or are you in line with what Chad and Big Papa said?
Play football. Play football. I mean, yeah, play football. That's crazy. You know, in NBA, trying to take the big man out of the paint with the defensive 3 in the key was supposed to say, okay, this is going to help us get more points. And what Mel Kiper is saying, oh man, let's prevent the too high safety and let's give them or what they call a marker embarkation, where they have to be at. They can't be too far back. That way, it'll be a little bit easier for those receivers to get downfield and make some type of exciting play, like a Moss situation.
Mel, I'm gonna tell you how you could defeat that right now, right? Let's say 15 yards past the line of scrimmage, safety can't go 15 yards past the line of scrimmage, right? Well, if I'm the safety, I'm lined up at 10.
Of course.
And as soon right before the ball is snapped, I'm backpedaling.
And then by the time,
and then as soon as the ball is snapped, I'm 25 yards back because I'm in a dead sprint to get back deep.
Yeah, like I don't even understand. Like this is stupid. Okay, and I think that Ocho hit it on, like, if you've never played football, you might not understand. Now he studies a lot of the players. He's Mel Kiper. He's the guy who does the draft. You know, he studies a lot of those guys.
He get that shit wrong too, Zo.
Exactly, he gets it wrong there too. So I mean, we got his documented too. So I mean, he can't even say that, but they bring him on every year with his stupid hair. But so you know, this is irritating because like Mel said, this is football. Cover 2 has been a part of the league since I've ever known anything about football. You can't just take something away because it's doing its job. It's made right. You don't allow explosive plays, down the field plays, because there'll always be 2 safeties back there. So you have to, you know, stick to the dink and dunk, that West Coast offense, intermediate stuff, and then hope that they cheat up, you know, put 8 in the box and then try to take the top off. But people don't understand that this is what it's always been.
Lamar beat
Brady
me to
won
it.
rings off of that.
He won rings doing that. So like
won rings, just dinking and dunking.
Lamar beat me to it.
What he said, if you want to beat 2, that's fact.
Run the damn ball.
Force them to put 8 in the box, and then you won't have to worry about that.
Precisely. Because I mean, there's so many different ways to beat it, though.
So more important than you know, breaking down, you know, the whole thing that's got me tripping out is the reason why he want it done.
Because the touchdown rates are down.
He's taking the David Stern approach from NBA. I want more points.
More points.
I want more people to look like Randy Moss. And then now Randy Moss not special no more. He's not a freak because everybody can do that because we changed the rules to make everybody look like they Moss and everybody. Like Moss was beating whatever coverage he was doing. He was beating cover 2s.
He was beating cover 2s. Beating cover 2s, catching the ball.
And then he's a 6'4" freak that even if it's a jump ball, he's going to go get it.
Yeah.
So that's what made Moss a freak. But now changing the rule turns Xavier Worthy into Moss.
Yes.
And then you got in the NFL what we got in the NBA now: no defense, more points.
Like take the hand check rule.
Stupid.
Like to me, it's like you're taking the essence out of the game, right? Like it's. We always say you win championships off of what?
Defense.
So it's just what are we doing? Defense is an important piece to a game. It helps football become football, helps basketball become basketball. If you don't want that, just might as well just pull the defense right off the field and just have the offense just play by themselves. Because you already have a bunch of rule changes that you done made in favor of the offense. How many more rule changes do they need to be successful? Like
preach, girl.
Really
preach,
annoying.
girl.
You cooking.
Preach.
It's getting annoying, and true football fans, because again, this is the same thing that we're talking about with NBA, the WNBA. Like you want to try to bring in these hold on, let me not say this. Let me say this the right way. let me say this the right way. But you want to bring in these less knowledgeable sports fan just because oh wow, he threw it 80 yards to show off how strong somebody's arm is. I don't care how strong your arm is. Can you play the game? Can you read defense like you're supposed to? So it's not supposed to be easy. This is the highest competition level in football. Same thing with basketball. It's not supposed to be easy. Earn your dollars. Why we just get, it's like we might as well just give out participation checks. That's what we're doing. We're giving out participation checks.
Yeah. Y'all remember how exciting it was to watch no big plays in that Ravens-Pittsburgh rivalry?
Yeah, I went to sleep. Right. This is what happens when you let analytics take over sports.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
So there's so many different ways you can beat a cover 2, man. Like if you take, let's say you're playing 3 wide, right? And you just take your slot receiver and run him deep. That safety has to respect that. And you cross everything. and you cross everything underneath him. He's got to make a decision, right? Well, eventually he's gonna scoot up and you're gonna get that deep shot anyway. That's just how you beat it, right?
Like, acting like teams ain't been beat. Like, we gotta ban it because somebody was successful and the touchdown rates are down.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's the stupidest thing ever. Like, something that has been beat before. And like, and Brittany made a great point that it's always to benefit the offense. Most rule changes. It's always to make more points happen. Like, you know, even when how rare is offensive pass interference? You know what I'm saying? It's super rare that they even call that. Most of the time it's going to get called on defense. It's designed for the offense to win anyway. So if you stopping it, you playing good defense. That's all that is. Like,
I think I read Zoe where it says 70% of all offensive pass interference come off pick plays. So it's always a pick.
It's always
and that's how you get off. That's how you get offensive pass interference these days.
For sure.
Trying to satisfy them NARPs, non-athletic regular person.
NARP.
With bad hair, right, Zoe?
Man, that dude hair looks crazy. He he should be on Star Trek or something. Like, why you got
so
that?
If this is a situation that continues to I guess occur, like the debate of whether to outlaw the too high safeties or not outlaw the too high safeties, and we understand how one of the ways to beat it is the running back position, run the ball. If that continues in the future, will that then adjust the running back's value in the future and impact their market?
Yes, the game always changes, man. It changes all the time. It's been cool to pass the ball for 5 years. It's time to run the ball again. It changes all the time.
More like about 10, Corey.
But listen, 5 years ago, you had Adrian Peterson. That was a stalemate back. You had running backs that stayed around for a long time and they ran the ball for a long time. But you don't have that anymore. Now it's running back by committee. But it's starting to go back to running the football. That's what it's starting. The running back is cool again.
I'm happy.
Even when Peyton Manning was throwing for all them yards, Adrian James was in the backfield, and they had that stretch play.
You never
once again under center, not shotgun, under center, right?
Agreed.
Because that stretch play don't really you don't really get that play action option from the shotgun really. So under center, that stretch play where we didn't know if he was gonna hand it off or he was gonna keep it in play action, and it was deadly. So it wasn't like he was just Peyton Manning was like, oh, hey, I'm passing for 4 downs, I'm in the shotgun, and that's it. The only time my running back get the ball is I do a little read option and then I pull it back. Nah.
Think about this though, Mill. The reason that Shanahan's system is so successful is because that's all they do.
That's all they do, and
it's the same shit. They just went back to a '90s offense, and it's successful.
It's zone blocking. It's so simple. It's really it's zone blocking scheme, and the running back gets to choose the hole, and they're gonna keep doing that until you cheat up, and then they're gonna dink and
hit
dunk
you with a play action.
They're gonna hit you with some play action. It's the same thing. Like I can't even believe that he's on ESPN saying stuff like this. I think that it's a clickbait. I almost believe that he meant to do this to gain the attention that. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? We should.
He too old school to actually believe that.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Like, he's not a young guy. You can't possibly believe that this needs to be outlawed because they're 20 yards down the field because they know a pass is coming and they're trying to prevent it.
Yeah, it's
crazy. You on mute, Corey?
I can't hear you, Corey.
You on mute?
Hell yeah, that's J.K. Dobbins' team. That ain't what's his name, Justin Herbert's team no more. That's J.K.'s team.
I got him in fantasy.
A lot of running backs have been killing it all of a sudden.
That was
just to further support what you were saying, Zoe, right? The running back. Okay, let's just take for example your team, Bijan Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
He changes the whole dynamic of your football team.
100%.
He changes it.
He's going to be the reason that Drake London may be 1,000-yard receiver this year because
precisely
so much attention. Like, Bijan is different, bro.
He is. Yes,
he wanted to.
So think about it. Even we can even go with the Chargers with J.K. Dobbins. He got bad knees, right? But they don't look that bad this year. I tell you that.
He done went and got some monkey ligaments in his knee. Like, them things look rejuvenated
for real.
Vibranium.
Might be. It might be. But if you take these successful offenses, now Harbaugh's went in there and made it just a power football team, right? Mm-hmm. That's what they've done. This is successful. And all it does is bring your safeties up, right? You can't play 15, 20 yards down the field, because you back there one-on-one with a running back and you not finna make that tackle every time. So you got to play about a line of scrimmage where you got help and you close some holes. And then I can just burn you down the field with a deep pass for a touchdown and you're going to back up and I'm going to continue to run the football. It's just simple football. That's all it is, man.
See, this coming right here, a NARP.
That's wild.
That's a NARP.
What is they made only
man-on-man defense in the NFL? Not gonna lie, it'd be kind of nasty.
I tell you, a NARP. They imagine throwing a flag because somebody in zone. He wasn't guard. He wasn't guarding nobody. He wasn't within 5 feet of somebody.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So I mean,
that's a NARP, man.
So we telling. So are we going back to telling people, because for a long time, running backs out of college, they were being told move to the receiver based off this so-called, I guess this is a new trend, although it's been around forever. Are we saying it's okay to be running backs because they're going to probably get paid soon?
Britt, I think a lot of running backs, they move them to linebacker. Because they tough. You know what I'm saying? And they used to contact. They used to contact. Right? You have dynamic running backs now like Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara. You could put them in slot receiver and they'd be just as successful as they are as a running back, right? Do you have players like that? But I think you'll go back to seeing like bigger running backs here in the near future. I think so. Just strictly because how the game is being played right now.
Might be getting paid.
Yeah.
All right, y'all,
I hope so. They need it. They deserve it.
So I think before we move, right? I think one of the best things that the NFL could do if you're gonna make a rule change is make a salary cap for quarterbacks, and then the rest of your team's salary cap is something different. I've heard that a few times, and I don't think that's a bad idea.
But question with that, do you lower? So you have your quarterbacks salary cap. Do you then lower the team salary cap?
No, I think every salary cap, like the quarterbacks, $70 million. So if you got a $60 million quarterback, you got $10 million to spend on 2 more quarterbacks. That's what you got.
Okay. So then what's on the other side,
off gonna be
salary
crazy
cap, I guess.
Started the backup.
You take that.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you kind of.
What you do is let's say what's the salary cap right now? Like I can't remember what it is, like 200 something million for a team, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like you cap it at 250, but the quarterbacks are in their own bracket. That would make the game more competitive because your team could get better players that way.
I mean, if you to make it fair, you got to do that for every position then. And then, if you go say 60 mil or 70 mil for the quarterback, and your $60 million quarterback, you only got 10 more for your backup, and if you're a third string, if you got one, right? Do the same thing for running back.
That means you better keep his ass healthy.
We'll do the same thing for running back then.
Tough, man. Somebody go down with injury.
I just feel like
real.
It's a wrap. You're gonna have some trash.
I just feel like if you do that, we're gonna have these superstar type teams that we complain about sometimes in the NBA.
Okay.
Like the balance of power to me just won't be fair because nobody's going to the Panthers. They're just not going there.
That's because their organization sucks.
No,
right.
but look, essentially, I think GMs and whoever watching the books might be doing it anyway. They probably looking like, look, this is what we spending on quarterback.
That's true too.
That's probably how they budgeting it anyways. Just ain't no rule.
It ain't league mandated, but that's probably what they're doing. We if we paying this much for this quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Then we not paid this much for his backup, whatever the case may be.
Which I agree, but then you're still capped, right? You pay this much, but that's impacting your overall team cap space. So you're forced to make a decision. If you all of a sudden move the quarterbacks over to their own cap space, and the team by themselves still has $230 something million, you could bring in more star type players. And now the balance of power is being gravitated probably towards the bigger markets and all that, the more popular markets or whatnot. So that's going to leave
star quarterback that's already there. Like for example,
right?
Hey, I want to go to Kansas.
Everybody going to follow Mahomes. Exactly. Yeah. Everybody going to want to follow, Lamar Jackson or so forth.
The big name.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if you do that, right? Could you field a good team for $200 million?
Probably
so.
Yeah,
right.
probably so.
So if I make the quarterback room, your cap is 70 million. The rest of your team is 200.
Mm-hmm.
You still get a $20 million increase because the cap is 250 anyway. Right. So you getting to spend more money on players, right? But it's not outrageous. You understand what I'm saying? You still got to balance it because the Eagles, right? The Eagles seem to do a fantastic job every year bringing in people, right? And they got players getting paid everywhere.
I don't know what it seems like. It does seem like that.
It does. They seem to have this whole salary cap thing figured out.
Yeah, they got
the Cowboys don't.
So how the cap? I think I'm not going to act like I'm a salary cap
it's tough.
expert or anything, but my understanding how the Eagles do it is they do more back end, right?
Right. So here's the thing.
Low up front, and it hits on the back end, but by the time it hits on the back end, they can restructure, cut, or whatever. And some players don't like that. Some will. It depends.
So here's how the Eagles got it figured out, and here's how the Cowboys don't. Right. Notice how all the Cowboy contracts are due at the same time. CD's contract same time as Dak's. Now Micah Parsons due soon too. Yeah, Trayvon Diggs you do the year before that. Yeah. Everybody's contract is around the same time. When you start staggering contracts like the Eagles do, that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Well, the issue with the Cowboys is it seemed like Dak or Zeke can go straight to the owner and be like, "Hey, I want to get paid." You know what I mean? Like it's probably a more professional structure in Philly. But I'm World Breaker. Leave me alone. I'm not dealing with this narc comment. All these narc comments, man.
Leave me alone.
I guess I don't know if anybody wants to call in, but it's time to open up the phone lines. So
let's open the phone lines up, man. But before we throw the phone number up there, man, a word from the sponsor. Underdog Fantasy is the best place to play fantasy sports. I want to tell you about the easiest way to get in on some NBA action with Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just find your favorite player or any player for that matter, pick higher or lower on that player's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in one night. Pick between 2 or 5 players to fill your pick'em entry. Get every pick right, and you can net yourself some serious cash. Use the promo code mandownsports and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Plus, now that it's football season, you can follow Man Down Sports as we reveal our favorite picks from week to week. Like I said before, pick your favorite player, pick higher or lower, choose your dollar amount, and win some money. It's just that easy. Make picks, win money. We also want to thank Underdog Fantasy for partnering with us, and we want to thank you for helping the channel out by using Man Down Sports on Underdog Fantasy. All right, don't forget to sign up for Underdog Fantasy and use the promo code Man Down Sports. Caller from New Jersey, what's up, big dog? What you got on the football topic?
Hey, what's going on? It's Lamar from Jersey.
What's up?
Before I weigh in, yo, Brittany, pause. Contracts hitting on the back end. Yo,
look, as much money they get on the back end, I'll take it. I ain't mean it like that.
And I can't talk about that.
God dang.
Brittany, say that Patreon. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, the Mel Kiper thing is stupid. I don't even really want to talk about that. I'm a Dolphin fan. I love to see Bryce Young in Miami. Time for tour to go. And the Chiefs did it. Mahomes, he didn't play his rookie season. He sat behind Alex Smith. Somebody was talking about it earlier. Mm-hmm. Sat behind Alex Smith with a headset on and watching everything that went on. They didn't throw him to the fire his rookie year. So I don't know why they insist on putting these dudes in there right out of college and expect them to be great. That don't happen. And just always like to tell you something about how old I am. Last week it was Rick Barry. This week I'll tell you the first time I saw the Cowboys do the shotgun. Roger Staubach was the quarterback, and I had never seen it before. He was under center, and all of a sudden he started backing up from the center, and they snapped him the ball. It was the craziest thing I had ever seen, and it was real hype. I got a question for y'all to leave y'all with. because I don't know the answer and I don't know if y'all talked about it. But as far as the statues, does Scottie Pippen have a statue in Chicago? And if he doesn't, does he deserve one? Yo, thanks. I love what y'all do, man. I was here last Friday, here tonight, and I'm pretty sure I'll be here every Friday.
Who y'all, man? Thank you for that question, man.
You, bro.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think he do got a statue. It's just inside the building. It's not outside, and it's like a quarter of the size of what MJ got.
It's a trophy.
I look for it. I look for it while y'all talking. I got another. Hold on. Caller's still on there. Hold on. Let me get him off. But yeah, I'll look for it while y'all talk about it and then do that super chat. Let me see if I can find it.
Scott Holder said to the statues topic, Wilt won LA its first chip, retired all-time scoring and rebounder, 3 titles champ, and went to 4 finals in 5 years. No statue in LA.
Hey, if he ain't got no statue, LeBron damn sure ain't getting one.
It's gonna be tough too.
Wilt got a statue in Philly. I don't know if he has one in Golden State.
They got a new building.
Yeah, so
right.
he don't got one. Yeah.
So, no, I don't see why would he have a statue. And I mean, most people who think of they bring up the LA years, but I think his connection is really to the Philly Golden State years.
For sure.
And mind, they was one before Golden State moved to before the Warriors moved to Golden State. It used to be the Philadelphia Warriors first.
Yeah, okay, Britton, you got one more caller from Pennsylvania on.
Yo, what's up, man? 33 Sugie from Pittsburgh. First and foremost, I just want to say Mel Kiper is a fucking idiot. Banning two high safeties is the weirdest shit that I've probably ever heard an analyst say about a rule change in a sport in my entire life. I'm from Pittsburgh. You know, we big on football over here. I've been waiting for football season so I can call in and shoot the shit with you guys. So I'm gonna start like this. As far as the 49ers is concerned, Brock Purdy is doing a good job. Like they don't really necessarily do that great of a job of coaching quarterbacks. I think Brock Purdy is the product that he is. And if you choose to pay him, it's going to affect them. But at the end of the day, they can win with him because, as we can see right now, the way the league is trending, running the ball is back, and it's not going nowhere for a while. We don't have that many elite passing quarterbacks at this point in time. They're not passing the ball 50 times a game like they was over the past decade or so. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in the chat, the reason why that is because there's so much spread offense in college. They're not creating pro-ready quarterbacks that can put the ball under center and run the offense in that fashion. The way that they've done running backs as far as contracts and longevity, that has an effect as far as the defensive linemen are way more athletic than they were in times past. Most of the time back in the day, the running backs wasn't getting hit by defensive linemen that run 4.4s in 1975.
Yeah,
they were getting hit by linebackers and DBs that were closer to their size, and they were taking less bone crushing contact for the most part.
Hey, my man.
You know what I mean?
So these defensive linemen you talking about, can you send some of them to the Cowboys
and the Eagles?
Shit,
they ain't got none of them.
See, the thing about the Eagles, though, Brittany, you got to chill on the Eagles' defensive line for real, because you got to remember, the average age of y'all defensive line is like 23, 24 years old. So those dudes are going to grow. You know, they're going to grow into what they're supposed to be doing. It takes time. Football is a game of logistics. Like, it's not just athleticism. It's a team game. Everybody got to learn their job. So,
I'm giving them an opportunity, but they also got to understand where they're at. You can't. First of all, you can't play like you're in college no more. You're in the pro level, and second of all, you're in Philly. So just bring it. You know, I didn't see a lot of effort. That last game. You know, I give it to Jalen Carter because Jalen Carter most of the time he's getting double team, and sometimes he might get triple team. So that leaves 1-on-1 for all the rest of the guys. Beat a tight end. I have an issue when you can't beat a tight end, regardless how young you are.
And then you also have to look at a lot of these teams are behind the 8 ball or behind the curve right now because they didn't quite realize that it was turning back into a running league. So you got a lot of these teams that's built to stop the pass, and they're getting ate up by the run game because they was anticipating it going that way. You know what I mean? Now it's back to that old school ground and pound smash mouth football. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like
and
some teams got a bad what do you call it, scouting department then.
Yeah, look at how undersized a lot of the linebackers are nowadays. And then when you see teams that have bigger linebackers, they tend to be more physical on defense. There's a lot of coverage linebackers running around out here nowadays.
Good point. Good point, brother. Hey, but look, we're gonna have to end this one because we probably won't even get to the Diddlers topic. We'll try to squeeze a Lil Wayne in, but we're gonna try to get one more phone call in, man. Thanks for the call.
All right, thanks, man. And I'm enjoying the show. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
All right, real quick though, that Scottie Pippen statue, and yeah, it is inside. That look like the bathroom. Look like it's like right around somewhere where the bathroom at. That look like
I don't like that statue. That's
that look like when the old boy was like
that's I don't like it.
Yeah, that's what Eddie Murphy had. I can't believe it. It is you.
It is you.
Coming to America.
To America.
Yeah, they got this statue right there, man. That's pretty bad, bro. Yeah.
Now, y'all ever see what's that movie with T.C. Carson, Living Large? Y'all remember that movie? Where he was he thought, he wanted to be the anchor of a broadcast, but he kept turning white. That's what that statue reminded me of.
Damn.